Sup everyone, XQW Wilo W82 80s here, and today we're racing at Brands Hatch for one of manufacturer races. So we're in the Group 3 category, and we're driving the Alpha of course, like we kinda always do in these manufacturer races. On pole we have a Renault. Also our countryman Sifa, starting in P4. And we are in P6, so quite happy with our qualifying in this race. We have T-Rex behind us in the Beetle. So it seems like the Renault is doing very well in this race, as we have Sable in starting in P13, top quality Russ in P14. So yeah, the Renault very quick, but not so good in his tires, so let's see what this race will bring. So rolling start, and away we go. So quite a good position, P6, because we're on Brands Hatch, and we know how difficult it is to overtake here. So already very crucial to have a good starting position, or at least quite good. So let's now try to stay with the cars in front. So you can see the Beetle behind us sliding around, but he managed to catch it, luckily for him. Because Branch Hatch, it's very important to stay onto the grey stuff and not get into the grass, because not very good for your race if you end up in the grass. Mostly loses you a lot of time, and mostly of the times you also end up into the barriers. So that's not quite what you hope for if you race on this track, so very important to not take too much risk as well. Because once you're into the grass, there's no coming back from that. So slight gap to the cars in front, but yeah, we decided to save some fuel early in the race. Because 23 laps, as we see two cars going side by side, the Nissan and the BMW in front of us. So big fight for P2, but the consequence is that P1 manages to run away from us. So not quite what we want. So you can see the Audi tried to go through the inside of Seifa, and he managed to get through with a bit of contact. A bit naughty move, I would say, because he wasn't quite enough alongside. But he just pushed his way in front of Seifa as we try to go through the inside. A little bit of contact, and we managed to keep the inside of the corner. But the pass isn't quite made, and we can see Seifa just yeah, slightly pushing us off to the grass, it seems like. It's also not too fair, I would say. But yeah, long race still, so we're not going to take too much risks. Yeah, not quite happy to see that just get slightly pushed into the grass. I think our move wasn't that bad, because we are, before the moment of contact, we were right alongside of Siva. But the Lexus would have overtaken us anyway onto the straight, because he's quite a bit faster onto the straights. So probably not much we could have done anyway. But at least we try something to try and make a move on him. As we almost ran to the back of him, we just could avoid him, luckily. So yeah, move from the Audi in the second corner last lap. It wasn't quite so fair, because I felt like he just made contact and just pushed his way past. And the difference with us is that we were alongside of him when we made the move, and even before we made contact, and we could keep our line, so we didn't run wide, and we didn't even run him off track. So I thought it was quite fair, but maybe I was a bit frustrated as well with the Audi already. And I was just at the wrong place at the wrong time because he was maybe already frustrated with the overtake that happened onto the second corner. So that's quite understandable. So yeah, these things quite happen. So yeah, I wouldn't make too much of a big of a deal of it, because yeah, still a long way to go, and yeah, just slight incident can occur in the race. So on to lap 4 right now, and we're still right along the cars in front. So we can see yellow flag, so we can see a cloud of smoke, and it's the leader who went onto the grass. So up to P5 we go. Must be really frustrated with himself right now, because he had quite a big lead. And seems like he just made a mistake and off he went. So that's just another example of how brutal Brands Hatch can be. Once you make a slight mistake and into the grass you go, and yeah, race done really then. So to finish first you have to finish. And that means that we're still battling for the lead. I was getting quite worried that the leader was going to run away. But now he has crashed, so we're really into the fight for P1 right now. And we have the BMW and the Nissan fighting it out for the lead position in this race. As in P3 we have the Audi, and in P4 we have the Lexus. And then we are in P5, as you can see the Audi running wide into the gravel. And up to P4 we go, so definitely a lot of incidents in this race. So that's just another example of a slight mistake that has huge consequences. That's also why I just love these old school tracks so much, because it's very clear what the track limits are. No penalties, and yeah, just very clear from where you can run. You can just use as much of the track as you want. And with other tracks it's just all about just not going too wide and hope to not get a penalty. So I'm very happy with tracks like this, and I really like to race on these kind of tracks as well. So I really managed to save some fuel right now. As we have T-Rex right behind us. So we have to be a bit careful that he's not going for an overtake on us. As you can see, Torque running wide, and he just managed to keep himself on track. It's quite close because he was sliding all over the place. Did well to catch it, I have to say. Because he was going left, right, and still didn't crash, so nice save from him. But the difficult part about this race is we have 23 laps, as you can see, and we're onto the soft tires. But the question is, will we have to pit or not? And we have seen from the last couple of races that pit stops are about 30 seconds. So that's quite a long time to stay into the pits. So that's why I quite have in mind to not make a pit stop, because you just lose so much time, judging from the previous races. So that's why as we get a slight bump from behind from T-Rex, but we managed to keep on track, and I don't think or I'm pretty sure actually that it wasn't intentional, because he backed out. Nice to see some good sportsmanship by the German behind us. So yeah, that's why I'm playing with trying to stay out, and let's hope it will work for us, because I think the alpha is, or I find the alpha quite good in the stairs. So let's see if we can just manage to stay out, and let's hope we have an opportunity to still go for the win. And we also have to see what the other cars will do in front of us and behind us. Because for example, we have a Renault driving in P6. I don't think a car like that manages to get 23 laps on its soft tires. Looking in front, seems like the BMW is slightly running away. Basiliano 666 in the lead. So he's doing a good job by running away. Quite a car that I didn't quite expect in the lead, the BMW. So he's definitely doing a good job with that car. So looking behind, we're still here with 6 cars with a shot at the win. And we are really aiming with surviving all our tires in this race. So you're not worrying too much that we're losing a little bit of time towards the 3 cars in front. Don't think we lose very much time. Maybe a couple of tenths each lap, but definitely not much. And we have 2 Belgians into the top 4, so we are in 4th position as we have Siva and P3. So let's hope that we can get a good result with the Belgians in this race. We have Torque running right once again, so it seems like he doesn't quite like this corner, but we just managed to stay in P2. So it seems like he's struggling a little bit to keep up with the BMW, because he's slightly dropping back. And yes, as we see the Beetle run behind us running wide into the grass. But one of the few drivers from this race who managed to get into the grass and managed to tell the tale. So good job by him to not lose too much time from getting to the grass. So you can see the BMW going wide, spinning around into the barrier. So another leader in this race went off into the barrier, and that's very costly for his race. No way from coming back from that. So you can see the 2 cars in front battling for lead as Siva goes through into 1st position. And that means that we can get a little bit closer towards the 2nd position, Torque. So it seems like Gran has claimed a lot of victims in this race. And this far we managed to stay on track. So let's hope that we can just manage to do that. So can we stay with Torque? Let's hope so. As he runs wide once more. And he slides around, but he managed to save it once again. Good save by him. But we get very close. Can we go to the inside? Seems like we can get our nose ahead, and he just disappears. Yeah, it seems like he decided to quit the race, or he disconnected. But because it's just after an incident, I think he just decided to end the race here for himself, which is quite curious because he was still in a good position. because I think we would have managed to make the move stick, but it just seems like he decided to stop his race, which is quite curious because he would still have been in P3. So still not too bad, I would say. But that means that we have gotten ourselves up to P2, and we have 2 Belgians into the top 2 positions. Who would have thought that from the start of the race? That both of us would have managed to get to the first positions of the race. Quite unexpected, I would say. But we're just approaching a very crucial part of the race right now because it's lap 11. So if some people want to make a pit stop in this race, this is about the time to do it. So let's see if there are people who decide to stop. I don't think it's a pit stop race. I think it is a no stopper. As we slightly spin around, but we managed to catch it. Would have been very frustrating to go around there. As you can see, Seva decided to go into the pit stop, and I was very confused about that move. Because I didn't expect anyone to go into the pits. And we also have T-Rex into the pits, who was driving into the Volkswagen Beetle. So I was quite puzzled at this moment of the race. I didn't know I didn't know what was happening, that people decided to go for a pit stop. Because I just thought it was too much of a time loss. But I was still dedicated to do a no-stopper. So let's see if we can benefit from that. And we go a bit forward into the video. And on to lap 15. And it seems like Seva has managed to close in. So we don't quite know what to do here. So I thought to go into the pits, but at the last moment I decided to stay on track because Seva has closed in. Has closed in very much. Now to the end of lap 16, we could just see Seva approaching a bit more. And that's the moment that you realize that your no-stop isn't going to work. As you can see behind us, there he is, and we have 7 more laps to go, so no-stopper would never work, so let's still go for a pit stop. Not ideal, of course, to go so many laps onto these soft tires. So the best part is to just pit around lap 11 or 12, but yeah, we thought to do a no-stop, but it didn't seem to work. And we come out in 7th place. So yeah, that's a lot of positions that we lost. Not very happy about that because we were in a quite good position. But looking in front, we can see a lot of cars in front, and I think we're still battling for P2 here. And we have the freshest tires of the group because 5 lap fresher tires, that's really a noticeable difference. So all is still not lost. This race is not over, so let's hope we can still gain a few more positions. And we still have P2 on our side, so let's hope that's still a possibility for us to get into the podium positions. So we are very close to Phantom right now. We defended the inside, so we couldn't quite go for that. Around the outside, you don't want to go around that corner, the previous one. So just a bit smart to back out as we have a good run out of the corner. Side by side, can we go around the outside? Let's see. And we break a little bit later, slight contact with door handle to door handle, but looks like the German went into the pits, so up to P6 we go. Quite a good battle, so very happy that he didn't decide to run us off. So I think he also wanted to go for a no-stop, but also thought the better of it at the last moment. But yeah, I find it very frustrating because at some races the pit stops are 30 seconds and other races like this one, the pit stops are about 8 or 9 seconds. So Yeah, that's very difficult to try and make up a strategy for your race. Really would have liked that the races were quite sure that pit stops were around 20 seconds. Could be a difference from about 16 to 24 seconds, I would say. That wouldn't be too much of a difference to try and make up strategy, but now the difference is between 8 seconds and 30 seconds. Yeah, you can understand that's a big difference. So as Scratch was saying that this race had a pit stop of around 8 seconds, while in the previous races the pit stops were 30 seconds, so that's why I quite lost out so much, because I thought the pit stops were going to be 30 seconds as well. As we now close into Quality Bus, who defend the inside. So can we get a better run of the corner, but seems like we didn't, so we have to stay behind for now. As he also runs a little bit wide, just like us. So we get a little bit held up. So let's try to make this move as quickly as possible. As we have a good run, but he defends the inside once more. So can we go around the outside? He leaves us a space. So very happy about that he didn't quite run us off. As we go side by side, as he also leaves some space onto the outside. Good racing, side by side. Can we overtake him? Right the outside through this corner. It seems like we managed to make it stick, so up to P5. Good clean racing, which I'm very happy about. So let's try to hunt down the two cars in front, as you can see in P4 and P3. So in 4th position we have Fanto, who is the pole sitter in this race. He's driving the Renault RS01. And then TGT is also into the Renault. And we know how demanding those cars are on its tires, so let's hope that we can still catch him. So still 4 more laps to go. Definitely not over yet this race. So it seems like this race was definitely a one-stop race. It looks like we're coming a lot closer towards the 4th position car. So a nice comeback from him, because he went onto the grass on the 4th lap and now he's in 4th position. Once again in 4th position. So still a good comeback from him to make up all these positions. And looking ahead we could see P2, but he's very far away, so I think that's going to be very difficult for us. So we have to make sure that we pass Fanto in front of us very quickly, that we don't get held up too much, and then we might still have an opportunity to go for 3rd position. But I don't think we can get much more out of this race than P3. But to be fair, I felt like T-Rex, who's driving now in P2, was a bit quicker during the race than us. Because he was always riding our tail. So I just felt like he was a bit quicker, so I don't think if we would have made that stop that we could have kept our 2nd position. 2 more laps to go as we get very close right now towards Vento. So we really have to be decisive with our move, because otherwise we won't be able to catch the 3rd position. So we need a good exit out of this corner, because the next one is an overtaking opportunity. As Vento defends the inside, so we have to go and try around the outside. He leaves us enough space, so you have to try to make the same moves we did on top quality bus. Will we manage to do it? Into the session we go as he defends the inside, so we have to try and go around the outside once more. Can we pull off the same moves we did with the Russian? Around the outside we go, and looks like we managed to do it, so up to P4. Quite surprised that corner was such a good overtaking opportunity. Never realized it. But also the fresh tires on our car help a lot. And the good clean racing of the cars around you also help to make that move stick. So very good race it was up until this point. Let's hope we can still go for 3rd position. Still quite a gap, so we have to make sure that we close up enough to try and make a move towards the end of the lap. But we are really running out of opportunities right now. And also out of fuel, because you can see the red light flickering on the bottom left side of the screen. So we really don't have a lot of fuel left. We're still going to try everything that we got. Still quite a distance towards the podium position, so one more corner to go. Can we still pull it off? Let's see. As we get a good run out of the final corner, but it's not going to be enough. And we also ran out of fuel through the line, but luckily the line was quite short after we ran out of fuel. So we managed to get ourselves to P4. Still happy with the result, because I felt like if the cars in front of us didn't crash, we wouldn't have managed to get to P4. So we're very happy with the result. And yeah, a bit of bad luck with strategy. So yeah, that's racing, I guess. So thank you guys for watching, and hopefully see you next time. Bye.